Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placement. Let's get into it. So the first card you have for today, Scorpio, is the Gentleman. And it further says Ace of Hearts. This is card number 28. So the number 2, 8 and 10 are coming through strong with this energy. Now, this is basically, this could be you, Scorpio. If you are a masculine person, or if you are a feminine person, this could be the presence of masculine or yang energies. I would say it's not about the gender, mostly it's more about somebody who embodies kind of yang energy, the masculine energy. So I feel that now with this gentleman card over here, there's a lot of, he's standing right at the seashore. A lot of water, a lot of emotions. Ace of Hearts is love, genuine love. This is also expression of, it's expressing what they feel, honestly. So this could be a person already around you, or this could be somebody that you could be meeting very soon. But somebody who is very warm and genuine, and also puts in sincere efforts into the relationships, or in general with people, in general, even with the strangers, or even with their, just the network, the people they connect with, their inner circle, outer circle, whatever that is. They're very authentic, genuine, very chivalrous, and things like that. So this is somebody who, leads with their heart and does not play any kind of mind games, is not really, does any underhanded things for things, so very trustworthy energy over here. So I do feel that, Scorpio, you have somebody around you, or maybe it could be, like I said, being introduced with somebody who will prove to be very good for you, somebody who expresses themselves genuinely, who, when they are in relationships, they genuinely carry it with a lot of love. They put in a lot of love and care. They're able to, pull off their weight. They are very, faithful, loyal, integral in their ways. So a very genuine, a good soul. I would say somebody who is very real, somebody who is very true in their ways. Somebody who does not just, somebody who walks the talk, somebody who means what they say and they say what they mean, of course. So there is no fitness, there is no pretension, there is no kind of, mental games. Just very natural, very organic, very authentic, somebody you can trust, somebody who, really loves to be around people, somebody who's also very genuine with their emotions, they feel things, they say things what they feel. And when you're in the company of these people, you can actually feel, that they're a gift to us, because it's the true connection, the true bond that they're capable of forming, and they're capable of, carrying forward that moment. So, and Scorpio, you are 8th house energy, the fixed water sign. You're highly emotional as well, you truly deserve this kind of fondness, the affection. So if this is not somebody in your circle of friends or unknown people, this is somebody who's arriving for you very soon. So somebody that you can, you will be able to trust in future, if you don't know this person as yet. So I feel that if, the energy with this gentleman card is that you have people around you. If this is not a specific person, this could be just an energy available to you to build good connections, where people are associating with you. They want to connect with you. They want to spend time with you. They like spending time with you. This is also somebody that you can, share things with, that you can depend on, honestly. And the only caveat for you, Scorpio, I would say that because you're, fixed water sign, there's a lot of depth. Sometimes, the collective Scorpio. I'm not saying any one particular person, but the collective Scorpio energy is about, testing things and taking it a little too far. Like, how trusty are you? Putting people to the test and things like that kind of might disappoint or might push people away that genuinely want to connect with you. Because sometimes you could come across as a little bit intense, and I have seen that from my personal experience. So be mindful, be very gentle with your ways, because sometimes, people are, they're not able to understand your ways, even though, you love deeply, you care deeply, but sometimes it, the intensity with which, you might say or do things could be a little overwhelming to people who are like, who have not tasted that depth before, So sometimes people are just straightforward. Sometimes they're just, they simplify their lives and come with simple and pure intentions. But then when they meet Scorpio's intense energy, then it kind of, they feel that they are being put to the test. So if people are, showing kindness to you, receive that love. And also know that this love is coming from authenticity, and it's an authentic love. It's coming from simplicity. No one has any ulterior motives against you. Don't kind of misinterpret their kindness or their gestures. Because, initially, if we kind of push people away all the time, it kind of, not only, brings their morale down, but also sometimes they could feel exhausted, like, I'm putting in the work, I'm doing this, that, and so. And still, a Scorpio is not trusting of me, so it could be exhausting sometimes. So Scorpios, just know that a kind heart sometimes is just kind, Not everybody's playing chess. Now, if this is not your energy, Scorpio, this could be the energy of people around you, or it could be the energy of the place where you live in, or the country. It could be energies playing out around you locally or globally. You might be seeing that, maybe somebody in your family who's out there dating. This could be you as well. If not you, it could be somebody around you. Maybe your kids, maybe your younger brother, sister, whatever this is, maybe you see that they are interested in only more genuine connections, They might be out there at the bar drinking up, maybe a few years back, but now, they are not interested in that kind of dating culture. And in general, also, we see that dating culture is kind of shifting towards, people meeting organically through friends, or, connecting through real groups, like-minded people going together and, hanging out with each other and allowing relationships to build organically, rather than, hookups at the bar and fly-by-night meetups or just superficial matches. You probably will see that with people around you that were probably interested in, blind dating and things like that. Now they are more interested in first knowing the person before they extend themselves. So this energy could be playing out in those ways as well. A song that occurs to me with this energy is John Legend's All of Me. I really like that song. Listen to the lyrics. You will completely enjoy that song. And it'll help you, bring in the energy of this card, of authenticity, of vulnerability, of being honest and genuine. It's a very beautiful song, a very heart-opening song, I would say. And for those of you interested in watching a movie or two around this theme, you can watch, I think Notting Hill completely fits the bill for this energy. William Thackeray in that movie is a completely genuine, honest, loving man. And he's a pure, real heart, and watch the movie Notting Hill, you'll fall in love with the people, you'll fall in love with the movie. Completely resonates with this gentleman energy. Also listen to that song, All of Me, like I just mentioned, by John Legend. Now, you'll also see this energy playing out in people around you, where they're more genuine with their talks, they're more authentic with the way they express themselves. These days, I'm also seeing a lot of high-profile celebrities expressing themselves, expressing their emotions, on camera, on media, so that people are able to connect with their real self. They're able to see the real heart of the celebrities. They want to build those authentic connections with their fans and followers. They're also very humble. So I do feel that this energy is being embraced by a lot of high-profile celebrities, designers, stylists that I've seen. They want to connect generally. You'll see their social media pages where they want to show how they live, where they live, what they do, So this is like having those real connections with their fans and followers. Now, it further says, real people exist. Honest hearts arrive. Trust this moment. Release the doubt. Release the walls. A genuine heart stands before you. So this upcoming new moon, Scorpio, release that urge in you to test people out. Okay, it further says here, your real heart deserves real love. It arises now. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the card which says, others see it, you don't. Okay, so others see it, you don't. So this is clearly that, let me read further what it says. It says, everyone sees it, your strength, your beauty, your gift, your power, your light. Everyone sees it except you. Why do you refuse to see what others see clearly? Why do you diminish what everyone recognizes? It's time to trust their vision. It's time to see yourself through their eyes. It's time to stop being the only person who doesn't know your worth. Yeah, Scorpio, you are just being blind to your own light. Everybody sees you in a different light, and you're not able to see your own strengths. You're not able to see your own worth, your own value. So there is a huge disconnect out here between what you see of yourself and how other people see of you. It further says here, you are more capable, beautiful, gifted than you believe. It's time to catch up with reality. So self-awareness, I feel, is missing. I think you are not even aware of, what you bring to the table, how people see you, the positivity in you, the strength in you. But on the other side, since energies can go both ways, and I have to point that out as well. Now, I'm not saying you're in that energy. You don't even have to be in this energy. You could be seeing this about people around you where they don't recognize their worth. They're constantly whining, about their shortcomings, about their flaws, about their weaknesses. And you're like, I can see the light in you. Why can't you see your own strength? So this could be this could be flipped the other way too, where, there are people around you who are not able to see their own worth. But if this is your energy, then I have to point out that, this energy could swing both ways, positive side of the spectrum and negative side of the spectrum. So in the positive side is that you don't see your strengths, whereas on the negative side is that you are not able to see your own shortcomings. Nothing wrong with shortcomings. Nobody's perfect. We're all perfectly imperfect. The only reason why we need to be more self-aware is that if there is room for growth, if there is room for improvement, which could benefit you, whether in your career, whether in your own business, or in general in your public life, especially if you're in the media or, even in general, all of us, we have that self-esteem. And if we feel that there is something which is lacking, there are so many tools and resources available to catch up with. We don't have to, we don't have to hold ourselves back from upgrading ourselves. It's just evolution that I feel each one of us should be, spending time on. It's part of self-care. When we upgrade ourselves, when we catch up with the world, when we follow what has changed, what's new, what's outdated, what's gone, and we kind of adjust our tastes with the newer generation and things like that. It's just general evolution that I feel everybody should be a part of. So if you're not able to see those parts of yourself that you feel could benefit, then, again, you're missing out something. And maybe other people are able to see that in you. So I feel that this is a time, Scorpio, where if you speak to people, they might be able to give you certain perspectives, especially if something is stuck. Maybe it's a situation that's stuck. You're not able to see what's up with the situation, maybe you're not able to see the good side of it. Or it could even swing the other way, that you're not able to see the negative side of it, or the bad side of it, or the not so good side of it. So if you are able to talk to people, your trusted people, your neos and theories, or your team, if this is regarding, at your workplace, if you're able to speak with your team, their perspectives might help you point in the direction or see things that you could be missing at this point in time. Now, it doesn't have to be just self-awareness. This doesn't just have to be about you. This could be about a situation at work, You're not able to see what's going on in a specific dynamic, and other people are able to see it. Maybe they have more info. Maybe they have more intel. So speaking to those people can help you get some pointers that you're able to see the real picture. This could play out in so many ways. But it's just about more analysis, gathering more information, speaking with people, and being honest about it, even if there is an improvement needed in, it could be in somebody else as well. Like maybe everybody's saying, this team player is not a team player, or this person always messes up things, or this person, does underhanded thing. And you're like, no, I don't believe so. I don't think so. And I don't know so. So it could be that we form our perceptions because we have lack of data or lack of intel. So this energy could also be finding you out to fill those gaps, to bridge those gaps, to understand more, to understand yourself, or understand your situation, or understand other people's situation, or the dynamics and things like that, and eliminate any kind of wrong perceptions. So let's about getting to know the truth, getting to know the people around you, or even getting to know your own self. Now, this can also be a certain kind of talent or gift that you have that you're just brushing it off, you're dismissing it off. Maybe there is some, who knows whether it's a spiritual power you could have had. It's something that maybe you have inherited from your ancestors. Maybe it's a family lineage thing. But you're living here in your la la land, in your bubble, highly delusional. So maybe you need to start recognizing your talents. Maybe you're able to pick up on some things, and you're like, no, it's just a one-time offer to or just it happened just once or twice. But no, maybe those are hints that you need to pursue and follow up on. So don't dismiss your gifts, or don't dismiss some kind of talent that you feel you have. Sometimes we get blindsided in our own ways. We kind of don't even want to look because of maybe, sometimes the ego gets in between. I'm not saying a negative ego, but sometimes we start to ignore our own self. We kind of feel that, it's not possible for us to do that. No, I cannot do it. This doesn't mean anything. Oh, I can just paint a little bit, not too much. That if I can paint a little bit doesn't mean I can open up an art gallery. Sometimes we brush ourselves off this way as well. So if there is some skill, maybe cooking, you cook so well, and you're like, you know what? No, just because I cook so well doesn't mean I can be a good chef, or I can open a restaurant or a takeout or something like that. You're like, don't undersell yourself. Don't underestimate yourself. Okay, so this could be an energy to have that clarity as well. And I tell you, this happens all the time, especially if you see the rise of female, power in the world. They're rising. Women are rising. Girls are rising to powers, whether it's in political arenas, whether it's in their own institutions or their place of work, or, academics, whatever there is, and they're getting empowered by they're highly influential today. We've come from strong patriarchal societies to a generation, to an era where women power is highly valued. It was underestimated before until women started showing what they're capable of. And now the whole world can see how impactful women are in every area of the life, whether it's academics or children, or taking care of elders, medicine, research, politics, and political arenas and sports arenas, well, name it. Women are there. Women are proving themselves. They were first underestimated. So some of you can be in that boat as well, or you might be seeing somebody who's in that boat. So if you do see somebody who's not recognizing their own value and worth, help them, to see their value and worth. So Scorpio, if somebody's trying to give you a compliment, take it, thank them for it. Don't feel bad about, don't dismiss the compliments. Take the recognition. If your office is giving it to you, take it happily. Don't, don't feel bad about being recognized, that your team members and, peers are not being recognized. That's okay. They will be recognized someday, or they were recognized in the past. Now it's your turn. So take that recognition, take that compliment. And, it's a moment where it's time for you to be seen, by the world, by yourself, knowing your worth. And it's time for you to be shining your light on other people. So don't undersell yourself in any ways. Now, I really like a song by Michael Jackson. It's called Man in the Mirror. Now, it doesn't really mean man in the mirror. You could be a feminine person as well, who's in this energy. But that song, Man in the Mirror, is all about, recognizing your own self, how impactful you are, to the people around you, seeing who you are. So it's like aligning your inner world and outer world. It's a very beautiful song, about self-perception and how we see ourselves. So if you haven't heard that song clearly before, or you have not paid attention to the lyrics, listen to the song by Michael Jackson, and it's called Man in the Mirror. If you listen to it, you will definitely invite this energy and, get inspired in some way. I promise you that. Or you can even watch a movie. I recall, it's called Hidden Figures, and there is a main lead in that, Katherine Johnson. I appreciate that movie so much. I loved it so much. It's called Hidden Figures, people who go unnoticed, the unsung heroes, where the world don't see their genius. One day they see it, and then they understand how, brilliant that person was, or how brilliant their ideas were, and things like that. So it's a beautiful movie that, reveals the brilliant minds of people that might not be vocal themselves. But then when you recognize those people around us, if you make it a point to recognize them for their efforts, for their brilliance, also will make a huge impact. So some of you could be in that boat as well. The next card you have, Scorpio, is Eight of Pentacles, but in the reverse for you. The Pentacle suit is Earth element, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or the Earth elements. Now, I feel that specifically for you, Scorpio, I feel that this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse is a call to you to stop the relentless work that you have been doing. Maybe you're a workaholic. Or maybe you're just about, growth, improvement, changes, perfectionism, and things like that. Maybe you're just chasing that. Maybe you're just going after that day after day after day after day. And I feel this energy is asking you to stop grinding, Scorpio. Start living your life, See, Eight of Pentacles in the upright is about the healthy grind, where we're mastering our skills, one thing at a time. But yeah, we're doing it consistently, not breaking our backs. I feel that this is really, you might be really exhausted after putting in all the work. So, it's time for you to rest. You really need to relax. Just know that you're already excellent at whatever you're doing. You are enough. I feel that this energy of you don't see it is already spilling into this Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Maybe you're trying to prove yourself. Are you trying to prove yourself to someone, something, maybe at work, maybe at home, who knows? But this card is actually telling you that, Scorpio, you have mastered a lot of skills already. You have improved a lot already. If you just constantly look for imperfection, for flaws all the time, Your work is never going to be over. There is so much to do in this world. You might not be a perfect biker. You might not be a perfect skater. You might not be a perfect baker. You cannot be perfect at everything in one lifetime. So you need to take a moment, to yourself. Step back from that constant grind, because it's your life at the end of the day. You're human. You need to live it, It, you just constantly, upgrading your skills and putting yourself to the grind, just updating your resume is not called living. You need to take some time off. You need to rest. You need to play. You need to live. You don't need to be perfect, I feel that maybe you think that you're going to be worthy only if you're perfect in every way. You do not need to master everything, Scorpio, to make a difference or to matter to the people around you. You're perfect in who you are right now. You're complete in who you are right now. So, Mercury's in Capricorn right now, and I feel that it's going to encourage you to be more realistic with your thoughts, with your goals. And then on January 18th, I believe, is the new moon, which is going to happen in Capricorn as well. So that's like taking a break from the grind, It's like, you're human. We all have our limits. So honor those limits. We're not machines. Just love yourself and love yourself. You've come so far already, You're already skilled in so many things. You are, you need to stop proving yourself. You need to just start living your life. So if you are obsessed about upskilling, then take a break from it, because I feel that this obsession is becoming a little bit unhealthy for you. Now, this might not be your energy, Scorpio. It could be, the energy of people around you. Maybe you have kids that are in high school or in college, and they're just endlessly grinding and torturing themselves. Or this energy could swing in the other way as well. Now, the other side of this Eight of Pentacles reversed is being lazy. So you could see both sides of this energy play out, either in yourself or in the people around you, maybe in the world around you even, at a local level or a global level. Wherever this could be, you could be hearing about people, they're not putting in the work, they're avoiding things, they're not building. Maybe there is a construction, or maybe there is something around you which needs work, which needs attention. People are not putting the work over there, or they're half-hearted work they're putting in. Maybe it's a restaurant which is not kept beautiful, there's lack of, good ambience, good basic amenities in that restaurant, or, it doesn't feel good enough, like, to even sit there. And you're like, these guys are so irresponsible, and, they're not taking care of this restaurant, or the storefront, or the house. And look at the house, it's so badly maintained, and they're avoiding all of those maintenance jobs. So this energy could be playing around you as well. Or maybe your kids are not up to it. They're tired. They just not tired, or they're just avoiding putting in the work, or they just cut corners, So this energy could play out in several ways, especially, in our external environment. So, but if this is you, if this is your energy of overworking, torturing yourself because you want to put in like 80 hours of work every week, your health is suffering, your body is screaming at you, stop, Scorpio, stop. So you need to stop, be very consistent with your rest, with your exercising, with your nutrition, with your self-care as well. You're a human at the end of the day. Don't forget about that. Do some yoga, so as to put your scattered or, constant thoughts about being perfection and this and that. You can calm your thoughts down if you practice yoga or meditation of some kind. It could be any kind of meditation. Today, there's so many modalities we can incorporate into our lives to balance ourselves, balance our routine, balance our work and personal life. Take the kind of rest. Holistic healing is very important on a day-to-day basis, or on a week-to-week basis. So take care of yourself if you are just overworked. Or if this is your kid that is overworked, or people around you that are overworked, or people that work for you that are overworked, then give them some time off, give them a break, a chance to recharge. And even if your house, if you're seeing people that are overworked, then help them, get that rest and some peace. And we have seen this constantly, the CEOs, the high profile people, those high achievers that we hear about, and, Steve Jobs and Elon Musk and all the big people in the world that are relentlessly working, tirelessly working 80-hour weeks. I don't know, is there a 90-hour week also? Who knows, there's lack of rest. So maybe you will see that, people who have been endlessly working are burning out now. So it's that breaking point where everybody needs to rest. So you might see some businesses slowing down, offices shutting off for the holiday season. You might see people actually taking breaks for themselves, going to spas or, for therapy to fix any health problems and things like that, because the world has had enough of perfectionism. We just want to be real now. Even around the world, you might see people are resigning. There is a trend which is going on. It's called quiet resignation, where it's just people tune out of their work and they want to do something which, adds value and slow pace to their lives. They move to the mountains. They move to the, lakes and to the countryside where life is calm and slow and things like that, because constantly achievement driven cultures are non-sustainable. They don't really add to the quality of our lives. So taking periodic breaks is not really about wasting time. Sometimes people feel that they want to just keep themselves busy all the time or multitasking. That's, for the good quality of life, we need periodic breaks. We need to reduce the time we invest into our work, over times. Also, if there is something that you have been conditioned with to be perfect in everything, then you need to relax that mindset as well. Speak to people, join groups that help you build different mindsets of slowing down, of valuing a self-care, valuing periodic breaks. And also, taking time to go out there, participate in sports or exercise, cooking, doing things that you like, and things like that, There is a very beautiful show. It's called, actually, it's a movie, I would say. It's a movie, and the movie is called Office Space. Yeah, I confused it with The Office, and I like The Office as well. The Office show, and most of you would have seen it, or if you haven't, you check that out. It's a great show. It's a well-paced show where people are not relentlessly working over there. They pace things out. They have a good time. It's a beautiful show. But outside of that, there is also a movie that I recollect for this energy. It's called Office Space. And, there is a main character in that. His name is Peter Gibbons. And he walks away from corporate culture, the perfectionism which was promoted in. There was an era, and I've lived through that era, where everything needs to be perfect. Your house, your kids, your home, your word, the way you present yourself. People just went overboard with that, obsessive cleaning, obsessive, arrangements at home while they welcome guests. Everything needs to be, perfectly set, aligned, curated and things like that. But now people, want to live. They want to feel more human. They want to be real, talk to real people. They want to rest up. They want to take periodic breaks. They want to slow down. So watch the movie Office Space. You will totally love the vibe that comes with that. And, of course, our favorite song, I'm sure most of you would have heard John Denver's Take Me Home, Country Roads. That's a beautiful song, and I listened to it so many times, time and time again. It's all about taking rest. It's about putting a break or a pause to the constant striving, because there is a simple life as well available to us. There is a slow-paced, well-paced life available to us, should we choose it. There is peace in being simple. There is peace in simplicity. There is peace in, working with the pace that your body supports and sustains for a long time, It's that. Pay attention to the words if you haven't. Take Me Home, Country Roads by John Denver is an amazing song that actually will, set the tone and bring in positive vibes in regards to this energy. Further down it says here, you have proven yourself, you have mastered enough, you have climbed high enough. It's time to step down from the mountain, not because you failed, but because you've succeeded. Your life is waiting. Your loved ones are waiting. Joy is waiting. Rest is not surrender. It's the victory lap. So your masterpiece is complete. Now live it. Your enoughness is already proven. Now it's time to enjoy it. And the last card for today, Scorpio, you have is number 39. It says, the Alchemist, Empowerment Being, Sorceress. There is a person that's sitting in a coffee cup. It says, oh, I don't break that easy, not anymore. Instead, I use things as fuel. She has a book in her hand and she's sitting inside. I feel is a coffee cup. Okay. So I feel, Scorpio, this is not about, it's not about feeling down and low by any means. It's just that this is a very sacred process, I would say. It's a process of transmutation. It's a process of shifting negative energies, making the most of it, fueling your growth. Somebody passes an key comment and you take that, run with it, and you transform yourself, It's rising from the ashes kind of an energy where your evolution is backed by some negative snarky comments, something that hurt you in the past. That hurt you have transformed into your greatest gift is what I feel. So, I feel this coffee thing is just a little bit of darkness, yes, but there are stars in it, which means that this darkness has been transformed into something magical. It doesn't look bad over here. The black water that she's submerged in, it doesn't look bad. It doesn't look bad at all. It looks good, So it's just that this magic that you have within you, that you have survived some difficult times, you have survived some, snarky comments, or maybe people coming at you. Yes, does it pain? Yes. Does it hurt? Yes. But when you don't let that pain, that hurt go to waste, then that suffering, that recovery, that healing, that rising from the ashes becomes more meaningful to us. Because every time we are wounded, it's a gift from the universe or a blessing from the universe in disguise. Every suffering that we go through has a power. So you did not let anything break you, whether it's your work, your boss, maybe somebody in your family, maybe in your neighborhood, maybe in your friends, maybe in your extended family, whatever this is. You did not allow that to get to you. You did not allow those situations to break you down. You actually alchemized it. It says you're alchemists. So you transmuted those energies. That's what a sorceress does. They're able to transform lead into gold. That's what is happening over here. I would say this dark liquid over here is lead, and it has a sparkling golden stars in here. So the lead has been transformed into gold. The darkness has been transformed into your light. And whatever pain or suffering that you endure has now been transformed into purpose. And if that's not magic, then what is? So this is your superpower here, Scorpio, right? It's called Alchemist is Archu. It's a magic. It's a magical power. So you have that magical power in you. You have transmuted those energies and turn them into your strengths, your greatest gifts. This energy is brought about by Mars transiting in the sign of Cancer, because Mars is a warrior. And Cancer is an emotion sign. It's all about our emotions, you know, our inner world. When Mars transits through that, your emotions will push you towards transmuting those energies. You know, it gives you that warrior power to transmute whatever your emotions are telling you. You will make sure those emotions fuel your growth. That's what Mars transiting in Cancer does. So it might be happening in your chart as well. And I feel that not only has that made you stronger, but it has also made you very much wiser. So now you are able to help other people who are in the same boat. You yourself have a purpose that is more meaningful. Maybe it unlocked a skill for you. Maybe it unlocked a strength for you that now you can actually tap into, use it in your daily life or in your career. You know, the wounds that have been inflicted on you, the pain, has now become your magic wand, Scorpio. Just be careful because there is a negative connotation to every energy. And I'm not saying that you're going to be in the energy, but I have to point out that, as a word of caution, that this empowerment, we need to use it for not only for our protection, but also to empower other people, not to negatively or by force dominate other people around us. Don't use this magic wand to control other people or to use it as a weapon against other people. You know, like I went through it, so I will put other people through it as well. Is not the energy of the card. You know, you have transformed your pain into your strength, which will serve you for the rest of your life. Don't use that as a weapon to hurt other people. You know, I'm not saying you wouldn't do it. I'm just saying that it's the collective energy of this card that could play out in negative ways as well. So just be mindful of those emotions and those sentiments. And, I relate this energy to the Magician card. The Magician it's like as above, so below, which means that when we transform our inner world, it reflects in our outer world. So I do feel that you have transformed your inner self, the way you do things and things like that, and that has changed your external environment as well. There's also feminine goddess energy at play. You know, there is the energy of the goddess Kali that I had mentioned earlier. You know, she destroys because there needs to be something built on stronger ground, something needs to transform something. Some foundation is cracked or it's not sustainable, and Kali energy, the Shakti, will destroy that so that transformation can begin on solid ground. So this is that spiritual heat that has transformed you. You know, either you disciplined yourself into doing something, you joined the training chorus, or this could be in any area. You learned something, you upskill something, you disciplined yourself, and you healed yourself. So this is a powerful energy, and if this is not your energy, Scorpio, you could be reading up about people around you or news around you that indicates that people have survived trauma, they've healed from that, and then that trauma has actually fueled their growth. The pain that they went through, the suffering that they went through, has now empowered them to serve their community. So you might be hearing of news or people in your community, your friends, family, neighborhood, somewhere where they have transformed their own personal negative situations into either a movement where they are engaging, training, mentoring people. Some activists, even they have joined some activists where they want to heal people, when they want to train people, they want to teach people, make them aware, they want to fight for people that are in the same boat. So there's art of therapy kind of vibe, healing kind of vibe, even there's sort of trauma that people have suffered in the past, to help them transform that, to better those, to empower them, to heal them, to make them wiser, to make them more knowledgeable and things like that. So some of you could be participating or joining groups around that as well. There is a very old movie that I had seen. I had seen it, a few months back as well. It's a movie called Practical Magic, and I love that so much that And actually, I think, I had also watched it in regards to a theme that I was studying as well. It's a movie, the Sally Owens is the character in that, and how she transmutes or alchemizes some kind of family curse, and she uses the alchemist power, I would say the sorceress power, to heal family wounds, lineage wounds, and things like that. So for those of you who are interested in learning more about the alchemist energy, you can watch the movie Practical Magic. You will absolutely love it. Or you can even listen to a song. It's called Phoenix. And it's a beautiful song, of rising. Again, it's the Phoenix rising energy where pain is transmuted into fueling, fueling growth, a rebirth. The song name itself is Phoenix, and I believe it's by Olivia Holt. I love Olivia Holt and listen to her song Phoenix. It's a beautiful, I would say it's the transformation anthem, I would say. The further down it says here, your pain was never wasted, your darkness was never meaningless. You are the alchemist, now alchemize the world. So great energy, Scorpio. Those were your messages and hope you enjoyed them. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.